Hi everyone, I'm Sherry with Mother-Daughter Stampin', and today this is a card we're going to do, but it's actually the technique we're going to concentrate on. It is called the Crayon Resist Technique. And there you go for a close-up look. This background is what we're going to work on today. Now for this card, actually, what we're going to use, one of my favorite stamps, Mixed Bunch, which I've used a lot, different techniques. I'm using this embossing folder for the card. Delicate Designs is what the name of it is. And I'm going to use this one right here. Then we're going to use Stays On black ink. And the colors I chose today, this card, are your Bermuda Bay and Stampin' Up Daffodil Delight. So let's get started with the technique. Alright, I have already, to save some time, punched with the stamped with the Mixed Bunch stamp. In your Stays On Black, and I am using this on glossy paper. Glossy paper with this technique does work the best. I have used this Bermuda Bay for my front of my card and Whisper White for the cardstock. Well, I'll get all the measurements and I will put them on our blog, motherdaughterstampin.com, along with all the supplies that I used. So for the technique, the main thing that you need is a crayon. And actually I'm using a white crayon, but you could use any color as long as you use the cheap, inexpensive crayons, like the ones you may get at the dollar store, or if you go to a restaurant and they give you some crayons for your kids to play with. Because what you want, the cheaper it is, the more waxy your crayon is, and that's what you want, the actual wax from the crayon to resist the ink. Now on all of this, I have already colored all of this except for this one in the middle. So all you're going to do is use your crayon and color any place you don't want any ink, that you want it to stay white. So I'm coloring the insides of the flower. And you just keep going around. And there's a lot of other color combinations. You don't have to stick with it, the Bermuda Bay and the Daffodil Delight. You could do Daffodil Delight in pink, and then you also get orange effects too with it. Any colors that you like, and you don't have to stick with just two. You can add as many as you want. Just kind of reminds you when you were a kid and all the coloring you do. The one thing, if you do use a color, it might be a little bit easier to tell where you started off, what you've already colored and what you haven't. You can put your finger over it. You can kind of feel the wax on there a little bit. And I'm also going to color the inside too. I want to keep that from taking on any ink. Okay, the rest of it I have already done. Another hint, of course this is plenty dry, but Stays On, especially on glossy paper stock, you got to give it a chance to dry. So I would set it aside, or a little while to make sure it dry. Otherwise, when you put the crayon on, you could kind of blur the black ink a little bit, and you don't want to do that. It doesn't make a very pretty picture. So let's start with our Daffodil Delight. And I have a sponge dauber here. And you just ink it up. Actually, I do better with this hand. And then just start swirling it around. Just any place that you want it. You can come back and you could put it a little bit darker too. When we're all done, we're going to take a cloth and wipe some of this off. Alright, now the Bermuda Bay. And it's alright because the colors really go. The yellow and the blue kind of blends together, make a green. So that's okay if it does that. And just color away. And then I might come back with some more of the yellow. Yeah, you can just kind of play with this, do this any way you like it. Like I said, if the colors kind of go together, blue and yellow make green, that's fine. That works. Trying to get some brighter yellow in here a little bit. And then maybe just a little bit with this too. Alright, get this out of the way. And you can get just a paper towel or Kleenex and just kind of rub on there. Get the excess wax off. Just kind of clean it up. It's a very easy technique. It's been around for quite a while, I think. It's really pretty with the background type. You can see where the crayon was around the edges here, and of course the whole flower in here. Really pretty. Okay. Then for my card, I just simply punch this out. And this time, on this card, I thought maybe there's too much white on here. So instead of leaving all that on here, I just scalloped the ends. And we're going to tie a bow on here. Or rather just a tie. Do a knot. We'll just cut the ends. And this is Daffodil Delight, and it is the seam binding. We'll just put a dimensional on here, bend the flower up a little bit. Put these on here, and your sentiment, which I have right here. And this is another little trinket that we have. Well, this is the safety pin. Just pin that on there. And put it on your card front and your base, and you're done. There you go, another card. Real easy and fun. Get your coloring skills back in there. Give it a try. See what you think. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Bye.